In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you a few tips to help you grow your TikTok channel organically, and I'm going to be telling you how much I got paid for my first TikTok payout. Hello everyone, my name is Mariah. I'm a fellow small business owner, and on this channel I like to share with you business tips, give you guys business advice, and new grant opportunities. If that interests you, make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my new content. So, if you have not seen my previous video on how much TikTok was paying me per video, then I'm going to put the link right here. So go ahead and check it out. Before I get started, if you don't know, you have to meet a $50 threshold for the month before they will pay you out. TikTok pays out on the 15th of every month via PayPal. So you'll have to have a PayPal account. Now, I wanted to share with you a few tips because I did get a couple comments on how I grew my TikTok channel. This is going to be based off what I personally did. I am currently almost to 16K followers on TikTok. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, my username on TikTok is Business with Mariah as well, just like YouTube. All right, so I'm going to be giving you a few tips to help you grow your TikTok organically. The first tip would be to find your niche. And I know there are going to be some people that say, well, how do I figure out what my niche is? What you're going to want to do when you first sign up on TikTok or create your account is post multiple different videos with a bunch of different types of niches. Whichever video gets the most views, gets the most engagement, gets the most shares, most likes, you're going to want to focus your channel around that niche. So no, I'm not telling you to post about that every single video, but what you're going to want to do is post about that to begin with. Grow your audience, and then once you get to 5K or 10K, start introducing other types of niches into your TikTok channel. And then once you do that and you start to see like your audience really isn't interested in some of the new things you're bringing to your channel, it's okay to go back and try again. Next tip, engagement is key. So what I mean by this is when people comment on your videos, when people DM you, comment back, message them back. In the beginning, TikTok loves to see creators who are actually engaging with their audience. TikTok is going to push your video out there. It's always good to engage with your audience, especially if it's even more personal, like they DM you and you DM them back. Then they're going to be more likely to continuously watch your channel, especially if you help them out. The next tip is create a posting schedule. I talked about this in my previous TikTok video. If your main focus is trying to be an influencer or content creator, then it's good to just create a schedule, especially if you like run a business or you work a job. TikTok likes the content creators who actually post on scheduled times, on specific dates. For me, I post Wednesday and Friday. I'm thinking about switching it up soon, but we'll see. And then I post 3:30 and 4:30 on each of those days. So find a schedule that works for you and stick to it. That's also going to help you be consistent, because once you do something over and over again, it's just going to be a routine for you. But this is one thing that I found out from doing research. I don't know if this happens to everyone, but in the beginning, when you first start your TikTok, you do not want to post every day, all day, because you can potentially be shadow banned. You might not have never heard about it before, but it happens. TikTok claims that they don't do it, but I believe that they do it, because I think this happened to me when I first started a different TikTok channel. So I learned from that mistake and I don't post every day. To be shadow banned, block a user from a social media site or online forum without their knowledge, typically by making their posts and comments no longer visible to other users. Usually if you're shadow banned, you're going to see that your videos might get stuck at 100 or 200 views. I won't say this is for everyone. Sometimes your views are low because your content is just not that good. Usually if your channel starts to pick up with views, engagement, likes, and now all of a sudden it just stops and you're creating the same content that constantly keeps getting a lot of views, you might be shadow banned. I did some research on that. The only way to get out of being shadow banned is to not post for a while. It says shadow bans can last up to 24 hours to a month. If you do feel like you're shadow banned, just take a couple days off from TikTok and don't post. All right. Next, post high quality content. When I first started posting on TikTok, I used my handy dandy Samsung, and I always been a Samsung fan since I first got my first cell phone, not gonna lie, I was that never gonna get an iPhone type of person, never wanted an iPhone, like Team Samsung all day. I kept seeing videos and posts about people saying that the camera quality for posting on TikTok using an iPhone is way better than Samsung. I didn't want to believe it because I'm like, okay, they're just Samsung haters. I needed a business phone. I went with the iPhone to test out the camera quality. And you guys, they were telling the truth. When I started uploading videos taken off my iPhone onto TikTok, the quality shot up, then my viewers shot up, my followers shot up. So work with what you have first. And if you don't have like a really good quality camera for TikTok, I would just focus on narrowing down your niche and adding captions and stuff to make your videos more appealing. But if you can, I recommend having an iPhone for TikTok, hands down. That's all I use to record my videos. Usually you can see the clear videos are going to have more comments, more likes, more engagement. And I want to leave you with this last tip before we get into these numbers. Don't panic over low views. Not every single TikTok channel is going to blow up overnight, and not every TikTok channel that blows up is going to constantly have a lot of views. And I've noticed this also sometimes when I'm on like different pages or scrolling and stuff, and I'll see like a TikTok channel that has like 1 million followers, and some of their videos only get like a couple thousand views. So it's kind of like, oh dang, so everyone hits that hurdle. I have those times too where my videos don't perform well. So sometimes you just want to reevaluate what type of content you're posting. If it's something different from what you're typically posting, then maybe you want to reevaluate that and maybe switch it up a little bit. I like to post what I post on TikTok. If it's some new business knowledge that I know and I want to share it, I love to share it, because even if it doesn't get a lot of views, I know someone out there would appreciate me telling them this information. So I post what I post, but if you're the type of person like you care about views, then stick to a niche that works for you. If something doesn't work, then reevaluate it and switch to something else. Okay, so those are going to be a couple tips that I want to leave you with. I posted a video about how much TikTok was paying me. I'm not quite sure, but I think the number, I was at like $33 maybe 2 months ago. You have to be at a $50 threshold before they pay you out. I finally got my first TikTok payout, and I want to show you guys. I'm just gonna go straight to my PayPal and just get it over with. If you can see here, I got paid a whopping $53.30 from TikTok. Not too bad, because I don't post a lot, and like I say, my TikTok is really niche down, so I know that my content isn't going to be as huge as like a person who posts about food. In my eyes, that's good to me because I'm doing what I love to do, and I'm also getting a little change on the side. So hey, it works for me. All right, so I'm going to conclude this video right here. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure you give me a like. If you have any questions or concerns regarding TikTok, please comment them down below. And for more, make sure you subscribe.